Virgo. So 5 key points, 5 key dates, 5 key astrological transits. This is for the month of July 2023 for the Sun in Virgo or for the rising sign. Let's see what's going on for you, Virgo, because we have quite an interesting month unfolding. Let's start with point 1, because point 1 actually is about the 2nd and 3rd of July. Let's talk about the 2nd first, because we have Venus, our lovely planet of relationship, of love, of value. And Venus is in your 12th house, Leo. And on the 2nd, Venus actually squares Uranus, my big outer boy Uranus, our planet of the unexpected, of shocks, of uncertainty, in Taurus, in your 9th house, of higher learning, education, and travel. So what does this mean? Because Venus, as I say, is about love, attraction, value. It's in your 12th house. How do you feel about you, Virgo? How's your inner self, your psyche, your soul? Because this Uranus squaring from the 9th house, I think is showing me that you need to go within more. You need to do a little bit more of personal inner reflection. I think some things will be happening at a distance. That's the Uranus energy, which will cause you or bring you to look within. It may be to do with people at a distance. It may be to do with whatever else is happening in the world at a distance. But there's something of that nature. Now, the following day, the 3rd, we have a full moon in Capricorn. And this is in your 5th house, which of course is the part of your chart to do with entertainment, with children, with creativity, with music, drama, the arts. And it's a full moon. Capricorn, of course, is quite austere as a sign. It's quite cool. It's structured. It's also determined. It's a full moon. What needs to change within the framework of how you conduct entertaining, for example, or with anything that you're working on creatively? Have you been working on a creative project that you really need to bring to a close? Perhaps because of your Virgo, you keep going back and tweaking it, tweaking and tweaking and tweaking it. And, you know, sometimes you just have to say, when something's done, it's done. It's finished, it's ready. So maybe that's something of this energy. But look at the fact that it's pulling in the energy of where the Sun is, in Cancer, which is in your 11th house of hopes and wishes. So maybe you need to shift your focus with this full moon energy. That could be a manifestation of it. But let's move on to point 2. And point 2 is for July the 12th. And it's about the North Node. Now, the North Node has been in Taurus for the last 18 months. And this is in that part of your chart to do with higher education and also to do with matters at a distance and travel. It's moving into Aries, which is your 8th house. And it's going to be in this part of your chart for another 18 months. Subsequently, the South Node will be moving from your 3rd house into your 2nd house, which of course is Libra, which is your house of finance. So very much the nodal axis is shifting your life onto your financial situation, onto joint finances, pensions, anything like that, which perhaps you need to set in place if you haven't. It's that kind of area. It's also, remember, the nodes are karmic. So if you've not been paying attention to anything that falls under the domain of finance, it might come back to sort of bite you in the bum at the moment. So, be mindful of that, because you need to get these things addressed before those eclipses turn up. Because remember, we'll be getting eclipses in both Aries and Libra over the next 18 months. So let's look at point 3. Now, point 3 is for the 17th of July. And once again, we have 2 little pieces of energy for this day. The first is about Mercury, our planet of communication, in Leo, which is your 12th house. Now remember, this is that inner you. This is where I said Venus is also at the moment. So we've got this kind of Venus energy of love and attraction and feeling you really ought to go within and kind of, nourish your soul. And now we've got Mercury saying, we need to do a little bit of inner reflection here. And it's squaring Jupiter, my big outer boy of opportunity, luck, abundance, expansion in Taurus, in your 9th house of higher learning and travel. Now, what's this about? Because it's 12th house to 9th house. Let's think about this, because this could be something about you needing to really, I think you need to start reading some more books about psychology and learning a little bit more about how your psyche works. That would be good use of this energy. Otherwise, that Jupiter energy is going to expand overthinking, over ruminating, which of course you don't do at all, do you, Virgo? Doesn't ever happen to you that you ruminate or overthink at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know you don't. So let's look at the other energy that we've got for July 17th, because we have a lovely new moon in Cancer in your 11th house. Now this, of course, is the part of your chart that is to do with your hopes and wishes, with the community at large, also technology. Now, it's a new moon. Are you thinking of bringing in another piece of technology to your life to make your home life a little bit more comfortable, to make it a little bit easier, to communicate better with, because sometimes, Virgo, you're very frugal and you do like to keep a tight rein on those purse strings because you worry so much. And maybe you need to actually just treat yourself to, a new computer or a new tablet or even a new mobile. So that could be something of this energy, but it would certainly make your life more comfortable at home. Now let's look at point 4, because point 4 is on the 23rd of July. And we're back to the 12th house where there's a lot of activity this month, Leo. Remember, this is the inner you. Now we have Venus here, as I said, and Venus is actually going to be here until October, when Venus will move into your sign in your 1st house. But you've got to kind of go through the dark bit first, the kind of dark night of the soul. And not quite as dramatic as that, Virgo, so please don't take me too literally. But Venus is going to be going retrograde on the 23rd of July. And it won't go direct till September, so then it'll be in its shadow, and it won't go into your sign till October. Now, what's Venus retrograde? Remember, retrograde planets mean we go back over something. We retrace something that's already kind of unfolded. This is about your self-worth. This is about you. This is about the inner you. This is about you taking yourself seriously. I think inner reflection really is the order of the day for you this month. And also on the 23rd, we have point 5, which is about Chiron. Now, this is super interesting because Chiron, remember, is the asteroid, the centaur, known as the wounded healer. Chiron is going to turn retrograde in Aries in your 8th house on the 23rd. Remember, retrograde planets retrace their steps. They go back, they return. And Chiron in this part of your chart, I think, is highlighting wounds. Wounds about loss, about dear ones that you've lost. It feels as if you're really looking at the past. And what you need to be able to do is somehow express that, to kind of integrate managing grief about loss into now, into today, to know that anyone that you've lost, you haven't really. They're actually still with you. That's how I want to leave this reading for you, Virgo. So thank you for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also remember to subscribe to my website, pennydix.com. And if you want a session with me, I'm still taking bookings for the end of July and into August. So it's been lovely seeing you. Please take care. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.